Hey everybody, Rhys Thomas here of the Rhys Thomas Institute and the Rhys Method Coaching Programs, and I'm here for tip number 5 of the Soulmate Secret tips. And this one's really cool because it's the soulmate and the soul energy of a larger group, and so each of us need to find ideally a primary soulmate or very close friend, somebody. We need to have somebody that's sort of like our confidant and our connection. We need to have people in our inner circle, family, friends, people that are right around that, just the sort of like it just magnetically, they're just that next little sort of like they're just over there, they're close by, you connect with them, and then you've got the next level, which are more like the people you're working with and your neighbors and things like that. And then you've got much bigger, sort of broader soul groups. But then there are other soul groups that you will get into that are really sort of an expansion of that second level. So the first level is sort of like your primary relationship, and then just outside of that, you can have people that are so close to you. And the reason they get so close to you is because they are part of a cause that you are part of its motivation, of its connection. And so, like for instance, I run the Rhys Thomas Institute, and we teach energy medicine techniques, and we teach total life transformation, and it's really a mystery school. And so everybody who signs up each year, and we actually have an event coming up in May that is a great event for people to check out if they want to find out more about the school. But what happens is that the people that sign up are pulled to it. It's something you're called to. It's not just sort of like rationally, well, okay, well, I've graduated from high school and now I go to college. Nobody's signing up for that reason. This is not something that you just sort of, you have to be sort of like, wow, I can't live this way anymore in my life. I can't live without a soulmate in my life anymore. I can't live in this isolated kind of like I was, I'm one of my earlier ones at work, just sort of going through the work for 20 years. I'm just walking through my job, my life, and not being in it, not living it. And so this concept of soulmates is really important because so tip number 5 is give yourself a group of soulmates. And you may need to try some different groups, and certainly if you're willing to come to my school, if you're being called to that, that's your soul group forming. And I often say to people, people are like, well, I'll come next year. I'm like, well, were you called? Do you really have this pull? Like, this is your year? Because that's an indicator that these are also people that you're supposed to be with. Now, we've had other people then feel called again the next year, or maybe 2 years later, and it's like, yeah, this is another group that I can connect with. And but giving yourself that soul group that has a mission in the world that is congruent with what you want to do, that is just an amazing, when you really understand soul groups and so how soul groups work. If there's a soul group, and we usually get 40 to 50 people that sign up in the program each year for the first year of the program, so you come in with these people, that group gets split in half, two different rooms, but basically you're there with 40 or 50 people, and every one of those people in those 2 rooms together, unified, inside each room, each one has sort of like this role they play, this thing that they're there. They brought that one gift for everybody. Not for everybody, but they brought a gift for each person. Let me rephrase that. So each one in there has a gift for everybody else, and each one in the room. And over the course of the program, doing this deep connection and seeing into each other and experiencing each other's core, and you realize that the most important gift you always give each other, and soulmates give each other, is sharing a soul, a genuine open soul, which then gives you examples of what an open soul looks like, because we have almost none in our lives. So the soulmate experience within a group where it's being guided like we guide at the school is really spectacular, because we very quickly show everyone in the room as to what their core soul quality is. And then it's a multi-year training. You do 1 year at a time, but you are you're offered to continue on. And as the group continues on, that soul group becomes a family like you've never had before, because they're sort of, they're an energetic family that you don't even understand why you like these people, but you just like them. They're just amazing. And each person, as they evolve, and in our school we don't teach any cookie cutter, you know one way of teaching this or that. As a matter of fact, we know that every person in that room has one deliverable, and it's different than everybody else in the room. And our job in the program is to help you find that one deliverable, so you're not confused about who you are or what you're here to do anymore. And when you find that one deliverable, amazingly, it is the one thing you're to deliver in your soul group and any other soul group you get involved in. So very cool, right? So give yourself a group. So Wednesday, April 11th, 8 to 9 p.m. Be there. Click on this, sign up. Hopefully there's still room. I'll see you there.